Apple just released the latest operating system for Mac computers. It's called macOS 15 Sequoia, and it's jam-packed with amazing new tools and features. Would you like to know what my favorites are? Stay tuned and find out. I'm Dylan Stewart, the MacWhisperer, and in this video we're going to cover some of the most exciting new features and tools of macOS 15 Sequoia. Stick around for my MacWhisperer power tip because it's going to change how you use Safari forever. Let's hop on over to the computer and get started. The first feature is called iPhone mirroring. And iPhone mirroring is an awesome new tool that enables you to access your iPhone directly from your computer's screen. Why would you want to do that? Well, maybe your phone's in your bag, or maybe you're at work and you need to do something on your phone without letting everybody else know that you're doing it. It's easy to set up and easy to use. The first thing to do is come down to your dock and locate the new iPhone mirroring app. When you first click on it, it's going to open up a screen that allows you to connect to your iPhone and set up some of your preferences. Click the Continue button to get started. Your phone will prompt you with a passcode. Put the passcode in on your phone and you'll get to this screen asking about notifications. This can allow all of your iPhone notifications to show up on your computer if you want them there. I don't, so I'm going to click Don't Allow right here. Once you've done that, you're ready to get started. Just clicking this button will open up your phone directly onto your computer, just like this. Here, you'll get the option to choose how you'd like your phone to connect. There's two options. You can have it ask you for a password every time you want to connect to the phone, or you can have it automatically authenticate, which means that the phone will connect instantly, but it also means that your computer will request a password periodically when your computer goes to sleep or gets logged out. I'm going to leave it set to ask every time. As soon as you do that, you'll see your phone right on your computer, and there's a lot of great things that you can do right from here. Using your mouse or trackpad, you can swipe through your different pages of apps. Or you can come into any specific app and click right on it to open it up right on your screen. You can use your trackpad just like you would use your phone, clicking on anything you want, swiping backwards and forwards. If you come up to the top of the iPhone screen, you'll notice this header bar. On the far right side, you've got the ability to click this button to get quickly to your home screen, or this button to enter into the multitasking screen. In addition to that, if you click on the little home bar at the bottom of your screen, you can also get back to your home page. But there's a couple of other cool tricks that you should know about. If you come up to the View menu on the top of your screen, you're going to notice a bunch of key codes. Using these key codes and learning them can make it very easy to jump to your home screen, your app switcher, or even to jump right into Spotlight to search for anything on your phone as if it was right in your hand. And they're still adding new features and functions to iPhone mirroring. Once iOS 18.1 is released, you'll get the ability to just move anything off of your phone onto your computer or from your computer onto your phone simply by dragging and dropping it. These are powerful tools that enable you to use your phone without even having it in your hand. Pretty cool, right? The next feature is called window tiling. When you're working on an Apple computer, you'll frequently have tons of windows open. And one of the questions I get all the time is how do I instantly resize these windows so that I can see more than one window at a time without having to manually stretch it out? For years, you needed to use third-party apps like Magnet to do that, but now Apple's added that functionality directly into macOS Sequoia. Take any window and drag it to any of the corners on your screen or to the left or right side to have that window immediately resized so that you can have multiple windows without them being on top of each other. Let's take this mail window here and move it to the left side like that, and you'll notice it immediately resized to a 50% screen. And if I take my messaging window right here and move it to the right side, you'll notice that it properly tiles directly on the right side of the screen. But you're not stuck with tiling things just to the left and the right side of the screen. If you move things into the upper left, upper right, or lower left and lower right corners, you can actually create 4 separate tiles. You can also do this by clicking on the green button here, where it will give you different options in order to resize things exactly the way you want to, so that with just a couple of clicks, you can have 4 apps visible on your screen without having to move them manually and without having them overlap. By simply pressing and holding or hovering over the green button at the top of any window, you can resize, rearrange, and move your windows around to make sure you always have the window you want in the ideal position to get everything you need easily on your screen. It's a great tool, and I'm glad that Apple's brought it into macOS Sequoia so that we don't need to use those third-party apps to accomplish this function anymore. Next up, let's talk about some of the amazing new upgrades they've added to my favorite app, Apple Notes. I'm going to open up my Notes app right here. The first thing I want to talk about is called collapsible headers. When I create a note, there's usually a lot of information on the note, a lot of pieces that don't always pertain to the same topic. In this particular note, I've got a list of future YouTube videos that I'll be creating. And as you can see, this note just goes on and on and on. One of the nice tools in macOS Sequoia is the ability to collapse a header. Let me show you what I mean. What I'd really like to have happen is that for each of these sections, instead of seeing all of the details, I just see the title. Then when I'm ready to make a video, I can open up and expand the title and see all of the details. All you have to do to make this work is highlight the top section, come into the formatting section and turn it into a title. When you have a title, you'll be able to collapse it. So let's grab this one here, and we'll turn this one into a title as well, and we'll scroll down a little bit more and grab this section, make that a title, and we'll grab this one here, but this time I'm going to right-click it to make it a title. By right-clicking, I can go into the Paragraph Styles option and choose Title right here. Or pay attention to the key code. Shift plus Command plus T will automatically make something a title. We're going to turn this into a title, and then we're going to come here and Shift Command T that into a title. Once something's a title, on the far left side, you'll notice this little arrow. Clicking that will collapse it, allowing you to take this long note and put all of the information in one easy place so that the note is clean and clear, and when you're ready to get into the details, open up the arrow and you have access to all of the rest of the document that's hidden underneath that title. It's a great tool, and it's making it so much easier for me to organize these long, complicated notes that I seem to keep creating. But that's not the only feature they added into Notes. One of the other features is the ability to highlight text within a document. By selecting any chunk of text, you can come into that formatting bar here, and you'll notice this new highlighting button. You can change to any given color, and it will change that style so that that piece of text just pops out and is much easier to see, just like that. But that's not the best thing that got added in Sequoia. The best thing for Notes is this new feature called Record Audio. By coming up to your header bar on any given note, you can record your own voice and have it captured directly onto the note. Let's give it a try. When you click on the Record Audio, you'll notice this sidebar that opens up next to your note. Clicking the red record button at the bottom will start to capture your voice. I'm so excited about the new features and tools they're adding into Notes on Sequoia. I already love Notes, it's one of my favorite apps, but this makes it even better. And one of my favorite things about this new audio recording feature is the live transcription mode. Click on the little quotes on the left side of this bar, and you will see exactly what you're saying, exactly what the computer is hearing, written down immediately in text. This makes it easier than ever to dictate a note, but it also makes it easy to just drop ideas and thoughts directly onto a note, which you can then pull out of the transcript at a later point. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to click the pause button here to stop recording, and then I'm going to click the done button here. You'll notice that this audio recording is now right in my note exactly where the cursor was. If I click the play button here, it'll play back that audio recording to me. But if I double click on the audio recording, it will open the bar back up over here, and the three dots in the upper right hand corner will give me the ability to add this transcript directly into the note, to copy the transcript so I can paste it somewhere else, to find any text in the transcript, or to save the attachment or share the audio, which means I can use a note to record a voice memo and send it out to someone as an email, as a text, or copy the transcript directly from the recording and paste it anywhere I like. These are some of the best tools they've added to Notes in a long time, and I'm really excited to see what you and I get to do with them. The next Sequoia feature is called Passwords. It's a brand new app allowing you to easily organize, share, store, and keep track of all of your passwords. For a long time, you've been able to access your passwords through Apple's Keychain or through Safari. But now that they've got this dedicated app called Passwords, it makes it all that much easier to keep track of all of those pesky passwords. Let's click it open and take a look. When you first open it up, it's going to require your fingerprint or your password to unlock it. Once you get inside of the app, you'll notice all these sections on the left-hand side. You've got all of your passwords in one place. You've got any passkeys that you've created for any websites. You can use this section to create an authenticator code, which means that you don't need to go to your phone for that Microsoft or Google authenticator. You can add it right here by clicking the plus button and either typing in the setup key or using a QR code to automatically enter it directly into the app. You've also got a security section where Apple will show you any passwords that they believe are unsafe, potentially reused, or a part of a data breach. Over here, you can find the passwords for any Wi-Fi signal you've ever connected to and saved on your phone or your computer. This is a really powerful and awesome tool, allowing you to easily come into any of your saved Wi-Fis and remind yourself what the password is. There's even an amazing tool right here that can create a QR code specifically for your Wi-Fi that you can share with guests and friends, making it even easier to let them onto your Wi-Fi signal without having to remember what that password is. In addition to those tools, you can create what are called shared groups, which are sections of passwords that you can use to organize different kinds of passwords or share them with any other Apple user. These are great functions and great features, and the best part is the Passwords app works directly in Safari and has extensions for browsers like Chrome. So if you use Google Chrome and want to make sure that your passwords are synced to your iPhone, it's no longer a difficult challenge to make that happen. Now it's just one click away to manage all of your passwords by simply opening up the Passwords app and configuring it and setting it up just for you. Next, let's talk about the new changes to iMessage. iMessage has gotten several new features in this update, and some of them are just awesome. First up, let's talk about tapbacks. Tapbacks are the ability to come into any message on iMessage and give it a heart, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, laugh, or something like that. But now with Sequoia, you can even add any emoji as a tapback. Simply clicking on any of the suggested emojis or clicking on the emoji button right here will open up your entire emoji screen, allowing you to respond in any way you like to any message, giving a fun little angel emoji or devil emoji or whatever you like. But it doesn't stop there. The next thing you can do with any text is add a sticker in. By right-clicking here, you'll notice the Add Sticker button. This will open up the options of any stickers you've previously created on your phone or on your computer. Stickers are a great new way to express yourself, and you can make a sticker from pretty much any photo in your photo library. Coming right onto any one of these stickers will snap it right onto that message, just like a tapback, allowing you to express yourself any way you like. And one of the other big changes to iMessage is the support for Google's RCS feature. For a long time, Android messages and iPhone messages seemed to just collide. It was really hard to have an Android user in a group chain on your iMessage because they wouldn't see your tapbacks, they wouldn't see your replies, you couldn't tell if they'd read the message. All of the features that we take for granted when you're communicating with your iMessage friends just didn't seem to work for your Android friends. But that's all changed now, because as of macOS 15 and iOS 18, Apple is now supporting RCS communication directly through iMessage, which means you can talk to your Android friends just like you talk to your iPhone friends with much less frustration or complication. It doesn't solve every problem, but it means you can send them photos, you can send them tapbacks, you can send them replies, and they'll see your replies just as you intended them and just as you expect them to be seen for iPhone users. You don't have to do anything to enable RCS on the new operating systems. It's just built in, and it's making Android and Apple communication that much better and easier. But I've saved the best new iMessage feature for last, and it's something that has been requested for years and years: the ability to schedule a text to send it later, Why would you want to send a text later? Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, it may be the middle of the night and you have a great idea you want to share with your girlfriend or your best friend, but you don't want to wake them up. Or maybe someone's birthday is tomorrow or a few days away and you don't want to forget to wish them a happy birthday. It's really easy to do send later. Come right into your message and type whatever the message is that you want to send. Once you've typed the message, click on the plus button to the left side of the message field. You'll see a bunch of tools, including one called, you guessed it, Send Later. When you click Send Later, you'll see a calendar appear right above your message. Simply clicking on the date will bring up a calendar, allowing you to schedule it for tomorrow or a few days from now. Clicking on the time allows you to set the time for any time of day that you like, AM or PM. And when you click Return on your keyboard, it will send that message, but it will put a little dotted line around it to let you know it won't be sent until later. Up above the message, you'll notice when it's going to be sent, and if you change your mind and want to send it immediately, click the Edit button here, and you can just send the message, edit the time, or delete the message altogether. Once you've turned on Send Later, it will continue to show up in the message field so that you can send additional messages at a later time. When you're done sending later, click the X on the far right side here to go back to sending messages immediately. It makes it easy to communicate with your friends and family, regardless of what time of day it is when that brilliant idea hits you. And the last new feature we're going to talk about here is all about Apple Photos. The Photos app is a phenomenal app with all sorts of great tools, and on a regular basis, Apple has been upgrading it and adding new features. But this time around, they've made some significant changes. Up at the top, you've got your library here and the ability in your library under the View setting to sort it either by date added or by date captured. The difference between date added and date captured is critical. You see, when we take pictures, it stamps a date directly onto the picture. In most cases, we are sorting our library by the date captured, which is a problem if you add an old photograph in. Maybe somebody sent you an old picture of your kids when they were younger, or maybe you found an old disc with a bunch of old pictures and you added it into your library and then immediately went, where'd they go? By changing this from date captured to date added, you will see the most recently added things down at the bottom. This makes it easier than ever to find those. And you can also find those pictures in the recently saved section. Some of the other stuff on the sidebar has been cleaned up as well, and we've added things like the new Days section. The Days section takes pictures from most of your recent days and collects them together easily, so you can go to any specific date and time and jump directly into those pictures without having to hunt around in your library to find them. In addition, they've got a Memories section here and a Trips section that finds pictures from trips all over the world, making it easier than ever to get directly to that trip's photographs without hunting for it. But the biggest change happens under the surface inside the People and Pets section. I use the People and Pets section all the time because it makes it easy for me to identify people that I care the most about and allow their photographs to be easily sorted and organized and super simple to find. But there's this new section at the top of People and Pets called Groups, and it will automatically find pictures of you and other people all in the same photograph, which is a super helpful tool. In the past, you had to create smart albums in order to make that happen, but now it's automated right here. Simply clicking the Create button in the upper right-hand corner will allow you to select anyone from your People and Pets section in order to find their pictures easily. Let's find pictures of me, my brother, and my mom all together. Let's click the Add button here. And within just a couple of moments, here's pictures over the year of my brother and I with our mom. This makes it so easy to create a gorgeous photo book or photo album to celebrate Mother's Day or any special occasion. And it's brand new in Sequoia and one of my favorite features. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to reveal my MacWhisperer power tip, which has to do with Safari and some brand new features that make it so much easier to use that browser. But before I do, if you got great value, learned something new, and loved what you saw in this video today, give it a thumbs up to make it easier for other people to find it. And if you've got a question, a comment, a suggestion, something I left out, something you want to know more about, drop it down in the comments section. I read all your comments and love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? It's time. It's easy to do. Hit that subscribe button and that notify bell so that you're always alerted whenever I drop new content. And with that being said, let's get into the power tip. I've always loved using Safari on all of my Apple products, and these new features that just got added to Safari make it that much better. Right here on my screen, I've opened up the Google web page, and on the right side, there's this super annoying pop-up. Google is constantly trying to get me to either log into Chrome or sign into my account or ask for location information or tell me about cookies. There's all these things that just pop up on websites all the time. Are you as sick of them as I am? Well, apparently someone at Apple is also sick of them because they've added this new feature called Hide Distracting Items. It's really easy to use. In your Safari address bar, come click on this icon on the left-hand side, and there's a bunch of new tools, one of which is called Hide Distracting Items. Once you've enabled the Hide Distracting Items, you can move your arrow anywhere on the screen to hide any specific section of pretty much any website. This is not meant to be used as an ad blocker. Ads will continue to pop up through this from time to time. What it's made for is eliminating things like this super annoying sign into Google pop-up that keeps coming back no matter how many times I ignore it. But now if I click on it with the Hide Distracting Items enabled, poof, it's gone. Then you can click the Done button in the upper right-hand corner here, and you now have a distraction-free environment. It's easy to use, and you can use it on almost any website to hide any of those pop-ups or distracting items that you just would like to never see again. But that's not the only feature they added to Safari. In addition to that, if we come over to this tab where I've got a video player, you'll notice that Apple has added a dedicated video player directly into Safari, which means you don't have to go into full screen mode in order to see the video with less distractions. Simply clicking here will highlight that video, pull it into full screen, and give you all sorts of dedicated tools specifically for watching videos. It blurs out the background of that web page and makes it that much easier to focus on the video you're watching. I'm using it on YouTube, but you can also find it on all sorts of other sites where you're frequently watching videos. Simply clicking up on that same button on your toolbar will give you the ability to enter or exit the video viewer. But there's one more new feature in Safari that we have to talk about. And for that, let's come over to this tab over here. This is an article that I want to read. Now, first off, I've got this super annoying pop-up right in front of me. Let's get rid of that right off the bat. I'm going to click this button here, click the Hide Distracting Items, and just click right on it and hit the Done button. Now, I'm not being distracted by that, but with most articles, there's all these ads and photos and links, and it just is a very hard thing to focus on what you want to read, which is why Apple created the reader function in Safari, which isn't new, but has been updated. Clicking on that same little button on your address bar, first off, you're going to notice a highlight of this website. When Apple Intelligence is fully released, this will even give you a full summary of that article right here. But for now, it gives me the ability to show the reader. As soon as I click on the reader, it clears off all of that clutter and all of that distraction, giving me just the article I want front and center. But with Sequoia, there's some additional tools. Clicking on that button again here, you'll notice an easy way for you to change the color of the reader, just like that, to change the font of it, to zoom in even closer on the screen if you like, and to find anything in the document by simply clicking the Find button and typing any words in the search bar up at the top. This will allow you to find exactly what you're looking for in that article without the ads, without additional clutter, and without those things that are completely distracting and pull you away from the article you're trying to read. These are some of the best functions that Apple has added in an operating system in a long time. From changes in Notes and Safari and Photos to new apps like passwords or iPhone mirroring, Apple has raised the bar yet again with macOS Sequoia. So that's what I've got for today's video, all about the best new features in macOS 15 Sequoia. I'm Dylan Stewart, the MacWhisperer, and it's my passion and profession to help you get more done with your Apple products than you ever thought possible. And I'll see you next time.